Hello guys, today we're blessed. We're talking about dancing today, so nothing is more pleasurable than this. I have Noel,
and
Simonetta, Ashraf. I'm pleased to have you guys. You're more than welcome. Please tell me about dance and movement therapy.
Yes, dance movement therapy is a therapy based on movement and dance, integrating physical, emotional, social, spiritual part of the person, of individuals.
Amazing. Ashraf, you dance?
I dance. I love to dance.
Okay.
Sure, I'm not a dancer,
Yeah.
and it's very difficult for me. But I love to dance. Yeah,
Yeah.
we dance together.
Everybody's a dancer inside.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yes,
Of us.
you dance together.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh,
Very
yes.
free way.
Yes.
I would like to learn how to dance one day. I never danced.
You don't have to.
Did the couple dance, but I would love to try it. I'm sure it feels amazing. Yeah,
You should.
it's a lot of bonding and exchanging of energies. Love energy, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for you to dance with us.
I would love to. It's my pleasure.
Yes.
Indeed. I will definitely try it. Definitely.
Free dance.
Yeah. From the heart, an expression. So you gave us a key word, expression. Noel, tell me about the expression and dancing, please.
Well, expression. Last time I was here talking about dance and movement and the importance of that. I'm a part of Simonetta and Ashraf's program since 2 years. Not because of lack of expression. I maybe have too much of that, but I had emotions that I needed to be not so deep inside of the emotions. I needed a healthy distraction, we could say, and I saw this program coming, and I said, hey, that looks like something good. With my background as a dancer, I spoke a little bit before about how when I came to Egypt, my career in the West, I was a belly dancer. So when I came here, I saw what the climate is for that. I was like, I absolutely can't do that. I absolutely can't. So what do I do with all of my decades of education in dance? It's who I am as a person. It's my career. So when I saw the words dance movement therapy, I was like, okay, like this.
That resonates with me.
Yeah, I think this is the direction that I need to go if I want. I believe in what movement and dance can do for people. I've seen it. It's been my career. It's been my own path also. And I know that therapy, the word therapy, is very hot right now in Egypt and worldwide, but really, really growing in Egypt right now. I was like, okay, I think I can take my knowledge of the body, yoga, dance, isolations, and I can move it over into this,
Amazing.
Their format is based in contemporary, which I have a small, I'm not based in contemporary, so I had to work, and continue to work more. But the more formats of movement that we have, the different ways we can choose to express ourselves. For me, going back to the word expression, it was about livelihood. How do I keep working in what I work in? And then also, I can only do work that I know is good for the world, So
it's called channeling. I so believe that when you're channeling, you're creating something like of value, of real value for people and for your own self too. Yeah.
So I wanted to just stay in what I know, what am I going to do? Make a whole new career, but also grow it and go deeper, combine it with the coaching, seeing what people need in the world. Yani, right now they need a lot of therapy and healing and holding. Holding is what happens before.
Letting go.
So that's how
letting go.
And that's how I found the program with these guys, So I've been in 2 years. We were just talking about when we met 2 years.
Speaking of the program, can you guys tell us more about your program, please?
Yes, the program is developed in 2 levels, a basic level for personal evolution and a professional level to reach the possibility in the future to give sessions of dance movement therapy.
Perfect.
And so many hours of the program, above all in presence, but also some parts online, above all theoretical parts, or give accompaniment to daily vocal body work that it is important to follow for corporal competencies of dance movement therapists. And yes, the main characteristic of the program is that it is very different as approach from the so-called dance movement psychotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
Because our start is dance and movement, and we cross also other important disciplines as pedagogy, psychology, anthropology, and human sciences perspectives. But we don't start from psychology.
Yeah.
And psychoanalysis, also if we have to study it, but we start from something that it is very ancient, very programmed into human being, so natural as from ancient times human beings danced and played music. So
sorry to interrupt you, but I think the baby starts to dance before they start to do anything else. The baby. Like the first expression the baby will do is probably to dance a bit, even before they maybe walk, or like they will start dancing in the same place they're standing at before they even start walking. So yeah, it is an expression. Yeah.
Yes, we are just programmed to dance and to vocalities, to use sounds, to use our body to change space and to understand, and for development of cognitive part, we use movement. We organize our existence through movement. So a child is ready, just knows how to move in a very harmonic way also.
Yeah.
In a very with an innate sense of aesthetics of movement.
True.
And so our research is to our ancient part, our old part, program part of to relate to Earth through the movement and more.
Can we say like activated through this program, like when you do the movement or you learn your program, you start activating this already ancient placed part in your subconscious mind, or your mind becomes more active, so it starts to naturally happen. It's like you don't learn it as much as you remember it.
Yes, we remind about ourselves, dancing, and we escape in a very easy way from the control of ego.
Yeah.
So we are just in the subconscious dimension, and we are moved by images, by visions, by desires, by needs. And to give all of this is our working program, how to learn to mix a baggage of information very large, and how to give dance in a very easy way, but also it is not so easy because
it's natural way. Let's say
natural way, but you have to work about a technical baggage anyway, as theoretical and dance movement
But
experience.
you will have the benefit of the fact that this is in you already, so you're learning something that's already in you, so you kind of remembering it and learning it at the same time.
Yes,
Alright,
yes, we dance movement therapy as benefits. We can have mental health benefits, first of all, in the sense that we work for self-esteem, body acceptance, and stress reduction, to manage conflicts and to develop the quality of relationships and a global harmonization.
And releasing the old wounds through dancing plays a big part in achieving the points you just said. So
Sure, because yes, the other main component, and I can tell that in this program we start from the physical part.
yes.
So physically components of dance movement therapy is very high because we have muscular strength, but also this release of the muscular tension, and we have coordination, mobility, and to organize body in the space-time flow of energy. And so we, starting from the physical part, we just are working to go on in the sense that without the control of a rationalistic part.
Yes.
You are in the physical channel.
Yes.
And emotion is something, is a bridge between psyche and soma.
True.
So we, starting from soma, we can remind in a very fluid way about emotions.
Yeah.
And start to work
So,
in that
reverse flow.
direction.
I totally agree. My work is so much in this
Yeah.
place. What you're saying now.
Yeah.
So I believe that so much. Now I had the experience of your program. So may I ask you, what is it that you felt is the thing that kicked in the most from this program?
Yeah, sure. Especially as like my background in dance, Yarni, how this is different is it's given me a lot of language of observation for the when I have students in my care.
Right.
So, like Simonetta said, her program has entry for people who just want to be like, what is dance movement therapy? And then it has also professional track. So for me, I'm integrating this, and inshallah. But what it's given to me is a lot of the concepts I've known from my work as a dancer, but it's been the scientific languaging, and it's been the psychosomatic layering that they take into account. Like, it's not just take into account. That's the whole idea. Because people who would come to dance movement therapy, and you can add if I'm missing anything, they would be people that are maybe not ready to come to a dance class. If we're talking general population, but we also have Simonetta works with very many special populations. You know, developmentally delayed, addictions, all kinds of different populations you can.
Yeah.
So there's that whole element, or there's like the general public, we could say. Most general public that's in okay condition would go to a dance class. But then there's people who maybe are disconnected from their body, maybe they have some other issue, something, everyone's got something or multiple.
Most people will disconnect from their bodies from traumas, from...
So the dance movement therapy program is a good way to get people even to realize the edge of their body, to remember their body.
So much related to healing your emotions, and healing your emotions is healing your subconscious mind.
Putting dance also in a clinical, it puts dance in a more clinical, is what I want to say, clinical light. And sometimes, for certain people, mentally, this is more acceptable than going to have fun.
Yes.
It's like if I'm going to therapy,
Yeah.
then no one's gonna judge me. I'm doing something good. If I go to dance,
Yeah.
then I'm just like wasting my time. It's, you know, it's frivolous.
I will judge myself.
So that's for me. That's the difference of putting it in a clinical position where it can be more accessible to the people who maybe wouldn't try a dance class.
So you feel like it's as if you're going on a trip and you're doing work at the same time. It's
Yeah,
not
we get
just-
to prescribe
Yeah,
that, you
yeah,
know.
it's not just going for fun, which makes the person who's doing it for the real reason or for the right reason, because dancing was never just for fun. Dancing is always an expression, and any expression is a soul language, let's say, and an emotional expression. So it's very important for the person to express. I always say at my work that who is not expressing is like the person who's eating and not going to the toilet. So if you are not expressing your emotions, you're gonna explode somehow.
Sure, you have to get out what you have inside.
We are all channels. We need to receive something, process it, and then let go of it. That's what we do in everything in life, in our life chapters, with relationships, with ourselves, with the food we eat, with the things we do, with the work we do. We have to always do the holding on and letting go thing, you know. So it's I love that the dance for me is a part of the letting go, which is a very essential part of life, because life is for me holding on and letting go, as I just said. So if you can't let go, you're stuck in life. You're not moving in life. The factor of life in you is numb a little bit, or like lazy or whatever. Yeah. Now, Ashraf, what do you think from our male Eastern perspective?
Yeah.
How long will it take the region and the Middle East and countries like Egypt and people who think in this way, this mentality, how long will it take them to understand that yes, everybody should actually dance, somehow remove their body? Yes, men can dance freely and they shouldn't feel any bad or
Any kind of problem.
Yeah, it's like men can cry.
Yeah.
You can't dance as a man, it's like you can't cry as a man. It's like you can't express. That's very weird.
Egyptians dance though.
Egyptians dance,
Yeah.
They love to dance.
The truth is that men in Egypt love to dance.
Yeah.
They dance everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't tell them that you are dancing.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite. Okay. Put the music anywhere,
Yeah.
and everyone is gonna dance.
Yes.
Men or women. They love music. They love to dance. They love to move.
Yes.
Okay. Don't tell them you are going to dance. No. Move with your
Let
music.
them be. Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah.
And they love it.
Yeah.
And I think that the most important thing that we don't say you have to learn how to dance. No. Move.
Just
For everyone has to move.
Yeah.
Moving, it is dance.
Yeah.
It can be
Yeah.
whatever.
Anything.
Yeah, you will feel moving, you will feel good. Because you
Very
move all your muscles, you're moving all your, and you don't have to think about problems or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not so easy.
Actually,
Where
you are processing the problems, but in a proper way.
Yes.
Which
And
is, you're not ignoring
easy.
the problems by moving.
Yeah.
You are processing them.
Sure. It's a very beautiful feeling. So you have to relax and go on.
So,
And now I think in the Middle East it's not so easy when you say, okay, let's dance. Just look at you and what are you doing? What are you saying? Okay, but actually it's not true.
yeah.
It start to change.
Now
We should have bedtime, but we're working now, it's almost 3 years working in Egypt, and we have even men doing the workshops with
Great,
us,
yeah.
the program with us, they are not dancers
Yeah.
and they don't have background of dancing,
Yeah.
but they love to move.
Yeah.
And they are beautiful when you
It's,
see.
it's like when you're taking a trip, you don't have to be Nabattuta to take a trip.
Yeah,
You can just
yeah,
enjoy the
yeah.
trip without roaming the whole
You don't
world.
have to. You have to move, and step by step you can learn
Yeah,
so many things.
yeah.
It's how to learn to move,
Yes.
because we are afraid to move. We are
It's-
afraid
it's,
to
it's how to
express
learn to
ourselves.
connect with your body, how to learn to
Yeah,
communicate with your body and
Yeah.
listen to it. And
Yes, and it's very emotional.
you know,
It's
in
really
my work,
It's a lot of emotion.
we were all raised up on the idea of to distract. Like instead of scanning your body, feeling it, connecting with it, expressing through it, no, it's better to distract on a screen or
For sure, yeah.
on a whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we do this is when we're kids a lot, then it starts to be on a subconscious, on an autopilot. So whenever we have the chance to distract, we go for it easy. The brain chooses it automatically. So what you guys are doing is amazing because you're shifting this background that no, do not distract, connect.
Should
Do not distract, connect, because if you will dance, then you will have to connect with your body first, scan it, feel it, know how it feels, you know, and then start to give it the order to move. Elsewise, you will not be able to move it, you know, or like it will be
Yes.
stuck.
It-
So yeah, so I'm grateful for it you guys are doing because it's putting the people back to connecting to themselves, which is their
Mhm.
bodies, because the body can tell you everything. Even when you sit with a person, the body can tell you, okay, this person is good or not for you, because the body is the subconscious mind, which is the super mind, it can scan and does a very smart work very fast. So
Yes.
connecting to your body is very beneficial in trillions and trillions of ways. So yeah, your programs are right. So you think now they are accepting it?
They're accepting it. Not only men, of course. It's a new step. We can say
Sure.
it's a very good job. We're trying to do it in our best.
Sure.
But even everyone, women, girls, they don't. They're afraid of saying, "I'm gonna dance." Okay, there is a new step.
Yeah.
I can dance. I can move.
Yes.
So this is the new generation that we hope to go on and go on.
Great.
Are beautiful. They can move. They love to move. They want to express themselves.
Amazing.
Yeah, which is
Amazing. So
Yeah.
let's say it's not just dancing for fun. It's very clear now. It's
no. That's
it's
movement.
expression,
It's another story.
knowing yourself, connecting to your body.
Sure.
It's a self journey. It's a self journey.
Yes.
Not just
yes.
you're just dancing for fun or like even moving your body for the idea of sports or whatever. No, you're
Another thing.
connecting to your body.
Yes, I think also that men and women in this way have the chance to work to the sexual and gender stereotypes
True.
that are very oppressive.
Yeah.
And we are glad that where we go, and we are starting also here in Egypt to have men in our sessions, in
Yeah.
our program. And I think that a new idea of new man is
I hope so.
has to
work
work.
for.
Yeah,
Because you know, like in
Yeah.
my work, even sorry to interrupt you, in my work even, it's more than 90% of my clients are women. Because not because I'm a guy, but because even girls or women that work my job, they have the same thing. Why? Because men are not programmed to connect at all, to connect with their own emotions and body and to be
No, they're afraid.
yeah,
but
courageous.
it's a
I was just going to
cultural-
say, they're
it's a
enough to
cultural-
be courageous enough to
Yeah.
to face their own emotions and thoughts
Yes.
and their body and
It's a cultural input.
yes.
Because and so stereotypes should get free, both the women and men. So we have men crying in our session, or hugging, or to ask help. And as we have women that need to shout, and so it is a very
Balancing.
yeah, and for us is one of the most important goal to create gender mixed and cross-cultural groups, because an important element of dance movement therapy for our program is the group. To be in the middle of a group, my body in the middle of other bodies so different but so equal with mine.
Yeah.
And this is a very powerful...
Collective is always
Yes.
very powerful, because if now we, the four of us, are sitting, we have just an intention to deliver water, fresh water for a house that doesn't have enough, it will be created for us. If I'm doing it alone, it will be way weaker.
Sure.
Sure, yes.
Same frequency, whatever.
Group
So
is
collective is always stronger. Yeah.
Yes, group is something that is support,
For
and we are creating network among our students
Yes.
to collaborate and to feel, to share the same needs,
Exactly.
just like an emergency.
Makes
Dimension.
you know, like the group therapy even, it makes things way more amplified and stronger.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
because I have a problem, she has another. We can talk, we can resolve, we can.
And by
change our-
quantum physics, you know, we all have this electromagnetic wave around our bodies, okay? Because emotion is energy, motion, vibration, so there is a wave always formed. So if I am on a high frequency, you are on a high frequency, we meet, the wave doubles.
Yeah.
It's like if you carry 100 kilograms and I carry 100 kilograms, when we carry together, we don't carry 200 kilograms.
Yeah.
We carry 400 kilograms because it's
Oh,
you know, it's
yeah.
accelerating or something.
Yeah.
So it's like this, yeah. So
Yes.
it's
Sure.
collective is always, it's a perfect idea.
To multiplicate
Yeah.
efforts, desires, dream, visions.
The more the merrier in these
Yes,
things. Always,
in a very also playful way, because group we can find so much fun also.
Playful is a
But the
good
non-verbal
word.
language
Yeah.
let us do a very deep work in a very light way, modality.
You know, by
So we
saying
go
this,
deeper and deeper, but you don't realize about it when you are inside. After in the process, elaboration process, you
Realize.
you realize that you dancing and dancing in individual dimension, dual dimension, collective dimension. Dance happens.
you know,
and
about
bring
you
me-
saying play, this word play. I just was just sharing on Instagram this story. I think I showed it to you about this neuroscientist who is talking about there's a synapse that is formed in the brain for every new activity. For every new activity, you have to repeat it for certain times, not amount of times, so it creates a brain cell that is related to it. Yeah. So they make this experiment, so they figured out that you have to make 400 repetitions for anything, so you create a neurosynapse for it, a new neurosynapse. Unless you do it in play, you just need to make it 10 times.
So
See,
it's easy.
Yes.
so
Not
dancing
only-
is, if you teach anything through dancing, then you will form it's
through experience. Active
tangible network in the brain, like by this Gandhi seed.
Yes. Not only but the neuroscience has demonstrated that artists and dancers and musicians, we know from ancient times that it is so, but neuroscience in the last historical period has demonstrated that the mirroring neurons we have give us the possibility to really to become in contact and for empathy and synesthetic empathy also, and
It's a very good
many
point.
pathologies.
It's a very good point.
Yeah, it's very important in the
Expression,
last
because this is
research.
something I studied, exactly. Expression affects the parts of the brain that are related to empathy.
Sure.
Because the brain learns about the emotion through your expression. Because a baby will watch a mother to
Yes.
To see what
to understand the emotion.
Mirroring effect.
Yeah, how she
Mirroring
reacts to the
it.
baby.
Yeah. So
It's very deep at this point
Very
because
deep.
It demonstrates that dance movement therapy can and just it is having a great effect, a great impact of improving situations of people with problems in nervous system and neurodegenerating problems because you use when you work, for example, with people with Alzheimer or Parkinson's syndrome, they don't follow you from a cognitive
exactly.
point of view because cognitive, but they can follow you
By
through
mirroring.
movement, by mirroring,
True.
by they are because and using
Because you're targeting a different part in the brain, even.
yes, and affectivity and emotional part in that kind of pathology is the last part that
It's affected.
yeah.
Exactly.
So we use
The healthiest part in it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you're targeting the part that is still working properly. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's very, very good. You know, even in the Arab world, sometimes they do what? Someone who is holding a lot of emotions and not expressing them through childhood trauma, adulthood trauma, whatever. Yeah. So they say, oh, someone made him black magic. And then they take him to this Zawar, which is trance, and they keep like doing this. So this is what this is dancing without consciousness, like subconscious mind release. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy releases the emotions.
Sure,
It happens.
yes.
Yeah. So this sheikh that named the Zawar is very good. Why? Because he killed the entity in him. So
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that is also a tradition about rituality in dance. In fact, also
There are ancient Native Americans, for example, and the
yes, but also you in Egypt you have trance dance,
and that's this bizarre.
this is the state of consciousness that let you feel engaged with rhythm, space, and body.
Yeah,
So you repeat
you
it.
align with the universe.
But the spirit and the mind and soul is free,
Yeah.
and so you can release emotions. So it is a modality we use also in our method, rituality, because dance movement therapy it is not coming from dance, but it's different in the sense that it's born in a collective dimension for ritual moments in history of humankind.
Yeah.
And so we celebrate life, we celebrate special moments of our existences, and in this way we work in a very deep way because we use also the power of ritual.
Yeah.
In fact, our sessions start with a ritual moment and with a ritual moment.
Perfect.
And
This is like carving it in the subconscious mind, bro.
and creating connection.
What fires together, wires together. That's a rule in the brain. When you stimulate a ritual and a thing at the same time, they wire together in the brain. So whenever you do this, this happens. Whenever you do that, this happens.
Yeah, and
Yes,
and at
yes.
the same time, the ritual part when you get in, so you cut what happens until this moment, and you get in another moment. So you
Into
start
the treatment,
it.
the journey.
Great,
Yeah.
great, yeah.
and the same thing. You
Yeah.
do your session.
Yeah.
When you finish, you do the ritual. So you have your package of what you made, and it's beautiful.
Great.
And stop it and get out from the
Yes, and in the verbal language therapies, it is based on words, okay? But when you have experienced what is happened into the sessions, it is magical, but I'm not a magician, so what is happening here can happen also out of here.
Yeah.
So it's something that you bring home.
Yeah.
And in dance movement therapy, it's different from dance. We have no positions, figures, and no aesthetic needs, but we work not for performing, but for expression and without judgment, and in a collective situation.
Noelle just said observing was something that she's used the word observing.
Yeah.
So there has to be no judgment. That's why there is observing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It is particular this point
Yeah.
because you can observe. They are doing the program, so they don't receive dance movement therapy in a therapy group. They are experiencing dance movement therapy, arriving also to a technical appreciating learning. So the observation part is an important part because we have to understand, to feel how to read the movement in the body in front of us. Because in the future we have to see, to read the body, the movement, and to feel where that people is feeling, where is that people, in how is the management of space, of time, of energy. And so it is an observation with infinite comprehension, with infinite participation, emotional participation. But at the same time, we have to multiplicate our attention to emotional part, but also analysis of movement, analytic part, because we need to create, to learn how also technical part, because dance happens, as my master tells, Maria Fuchs, dance happens, but if you are able, and if you are responsible, and if you know how to give dance. In people, dance happens if you facilitate in a very correct way, clear way, the process. The creative process.
It's a natural thing. Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you guys, let's ask Noelle, since she's the one who got as a student through the course, how do you apply to this course?
How do you apply?
Yeah.
You gotta
Like
get
if
it.
someone is seeing us and wants to apply for the course, what should
There's Instagram page Dance to Live
sure.
by Simonetta, and you'll talk to Ashraf. You know, he'll go through, and
Yeah.
there's also a very comprehensive website with many things. That's how.
Yeah. So
It's so easy.
any steps you wanna tell?
So actually, you have to start.
Like
from
if
the
someone
first
is
step.
watching and like they never did anything related to this before, they're just watching,
Yeah.
they heard some keywords, they felt like, okay, I want to try something.
Just
What's the first step they should do?
nothing. Contact us.
Okay.
So they can contact us by website, by the
And
Instagram.
they will be talking to you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We are.
Because if I were them, I would be wanting to talk to you.
It's easy. It's so easy. We have
This is
WhatsApp
amazing.
chatting.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
easy to do. Even if we are in Italy and we are not in Cairo, it's the same thing. We have so many ways. I think everyone knows now that they can catch us everywhere. So it's easy.
I'd like to say also,
Please.
for people considering that once you arrive, like maybe this is your first exposure to dance movement therapy, let yourself be open to receive still more information. Even if this is a new concept for you, there will be more new concepts.
Yeah.
So ta'alu, it's something to like I said, something to improve your life.
Amazing point.
I love the phrase Simonetta has, to give dance.
Yeah.
Yani, what a privilege, you know. So for us as
I
as
really
teachers,
like how Simonetta is describing the structure, because it's a mix of energy, physical body, nervous system in the physical body, and subconscious mind. So it's
all
surrounding up on the thing.
and like I said, it's giving a clinical approach or a scientific view to things that people
Yeah,
maybe describe like, oh, am I feeling it's out
Yeah.
here and not something in here. So like I said, it gives it something clinical. And like when Ashraf was speaking on
She can use the
on people
psychosomatics
dancing.
of it, yes.
when he's speaking on people dancing in Egypt, he said, but don't tell them they're dancing. So it's the thing
Yes,
that's,
it's
when we
true.
put it in the context movement therapy, then it's acceptable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Not just for men, but for also women too. Because
Yes.
as I mentioned about like my issues with being a dancer in Egypt, women who are from here, grown here, of course there's a lot of stigma and ideas with them moving their body and dancing. So again, it's more acceptable to tell your family, oh, I'm doing dance movement therapy, and not like, oh, I went out salsa, whatever, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's just like yoga or whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
And actually, from my humble opinion, as someone who's dealing with healing all the time, dancing is and movement are therapy. So
Yeah, that's why.
are very potent ways of therapy. Actually, they are very efficient ways of therapy. So
The method name is Dance to Live.
yeah.
So
You need to heal to live. You need to dance to heal to live.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
To celebrate
Guys,
life.
I'm really grateful for your time. It's an amazing conversation, enlightening
we
one.
are really happy
We
to
thank
be here.
you.
Thank
We
you
thank you
so
for
much.
hosting us and Nawal,
Nawal,
creating
yes.
this
Thank
wonderful
you.
concept. It's a wonderful place,
Thank you.
full of love.
Thank you, Cynthia.
We
And
can
we'll
feel.
do it again and again
Sure.
because we have a lot to share.
And you
Now,
have to
I
do
will
it.
stop here anyways. But you guys, we have to
Yeah.
make more conversations to.
So when
Then
are you
we
back
can-
in Cairo?
Yes,
Yes.
we will be back here in
Yeah.
May, and
Yeah.
Sharif will be with us to dance.
Yes, I would love
It's a
that.
promise.
I would love that.
Okay.
Given. Promise is given.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.